So in terms of how well prepared are SMEs for auto-enrolment, I think there are three common misconceptions. I think there's two key aspects and one key learning from our experience of helping a large number of employers. In terms of the common misconceptions, it's not just about putting your current employees into your current pension scheme. You can't necessarily rely on your payroll and pension provider that you've currently got to give you all the support you're going to need. And perhaps most importantly, it's not optional. By January of next year, all employers with more than 250 employees will be into auto-enrolment. So really SMEs are going to have to start preparing now for auto-enrolment that will come in from 2014 onwards for them. In terms of the two key aspects, as I said, in your pension scheme, you can't just automatically put your employees into your pension scheme. You should think about, do you have the right pension scheme for your auto-enrolment population? And operationally, the biggest challenge has been the operational challenge, how to make auto-enrolment work given your current pay and pension profile. And I think that really comes on to the one key lesson that we've learned, which is how to make auto-enrolment work for you. And most employers have significantly underestimated the operational challenges that auto-enrolment presents and wish, on reflection, they'd started earlier in their planning.
We talk a lot to our business members about what's keeping them awake at night, the sort of things they think they're going to deal with over the next 12 months. Auto-enrolment features in their responses, but it's not a huge issue for them. The ones that worry about it in particular are the ones with high levels of staff, those with high staff turnover or lots of casual workers. Those in SME businesses, for example, where the staging dates are a lot further down in the future into 2014, 2015, don't tend to worry about it too much. I think they will worry about it close to the time. But at the moment it's not a feature for them.
It is likely that employers in the UK are underestimating the impact that auto-enrolment is going to have on their business. As well as the actual compliance requirements in terms of the pensions themselves, there's also the ongoing requirement and workload involved in the actual checking process. Every time an employer pays an employee, there's a number of things they're going to have to check, whether or not they've already checked that previously. That includes the age of the employee, the earnings of the employee, whether they're probationers, whether there's a spike in payments, whether they're already enrolled, whether they've chosen not to enrol, whether the employee themselves is using postponement, or a number of other checks that have to be done. On an ongoing basis, for every employee that you employ, every time you pay them, that's a huge amount of workload that has to be undertaken. I think a lot of employees have come through RTI and there was a big focus on that recently. Now they're starting to think about AE and there's a lot of awareness around there, but I think the focus is very much on the actual pensions themselves and the compliance around that. And actually employees need to understand the workload that they're going to encounter and the administration they're going to encounter going forward. And that's a very big focus that I think people need to think about. At the moment, I certainly don't think they're ready for that kind of involvement.